Cybersecurity Policies and Procedures. In this course, we will learn about different cybersecurity policies and procedures and their importance in achieving cyber resilience. What we'll be learning. Imagine you are joining as a cybersecurity analyst in the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The New York Fed, on behalf of the Federal Reserve System, offers correspondent banking and custody services to central banks, monetary authorities, and certain international organizations to facilitate their official financial operations. Recently, someone stole $81 million from a foreign central bank that uses the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication (SWIFT) system. The New York Fed CISO wants your team to be part of a review of the existing security policies and procedures to help with the investigation. As the investigation of the incident progresses, we will learn about different cybersecurity policies and procedures and their importance in achieving cyber resilience. An image showing a checklist titled Policies. Organizational Security Policies and Procedures. In cybersecurity, policies and procedures refer to the documentation that defines how employees should accomplish their tasks in compliance with the security policy. It often includes specific plans and procedures defining how to install and configure security components, respond to incidents, and avoid incidents. Importance of policies to organizational security. In order to properly implement and assess security posture, an organization must have a written security policy. This policy could include how employees should accomplish their tasks in compliance with the security policy, standard operating procedures specifying how, what, and where technology should be installed and configured, and more. What our policies include will depend on our specific organization. Some important security policies are as follows. Personnel policies. To build an organizational culture that values cybersecurity, it is of the utmost importance that its people comply with strong personnel policies. Personnel policies are policies that mandate appropriate modification of user behaviors in order to implement proper security. The following topics could be part of the overall personnel policies. Acceptable use policy. Principle of least privilege. Background checks. Social media analysis. Non-disclosure agreements, NDA. Innovative user training. It's important to have personnel policies because personnel are the greatest resource in maintaining an organization's security structure. The people are also considered the weakest link to information security. As a result, an effective security program must have proper personnel policies to maintain awareness, motivation, and user behavior. Incident response policy. In cybersecurity, incident response (IR) policies ensure that an organization has a plan and is prepared to respond to cybersecurity incidents so the organization can protect its systems and data, prevent disruption of its services. This is done by implementing proper controls for incident handling, reporting, and monitoring, as well as incident response training, testing, and assistance. In the Incident Response Plan/Playbook, we provide standardized response processes for confirmed malicious cybersecurity incidents. These playbooks describe the process through the IR phases defined in the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, Special Publication, SP 861 Rev 21, including preparation, detection and analysis, containment, eradication and recovery, post-incident activities, third-party risk management. Organizations must establish a third-party risk management plan to address the cybersecurity risk involved when interacting with external entities. The State of Cyber Resilience 2021 report states that successful breaches to an organization through the supply chain have increased from 44% to 61%. An image showing a hacker with backdoors to governments, airlines, web browsers, servers, and more. The third-party risk management plan should include business partners, service level agreements, SLA, memorandums of understanding, MOU, business partnership agreements, BPA. We will briefly discuss these topics below. Business partners. Business partners must have an interoperability agreement, a contract that defines the terms where two entities agree to work with each other while exchanging or sharing resources. This agreement could be a preamble to an SL or BPA. Service Level Agreement, SLA. A service level agreement, SLA, defines the service provided for a specific cost and compensation between a supplier and a customer. The SLA specifies the customer's options for compensation in case the supplier does not fulfill their obligations or vice versa, penalties where payment is late or not made. Memorandum of Understanding, MOU. A Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, specifies or aligns two entities' intent to work on a common goal without legally binding them to the parameters of the memorandum. MOU is also known as a letter of intent. Business Partnership Agreement, BPA. A business partnership agreement, BPA, clearly defines the expectations and obligations of two entities to achieve a common goal. BPA should detail dispute resolution, the decision-making process, distribution of business capital, salary, or benefits, and the addition or deletion of any partners. Data policies. Data policies cover the classification, governance, and retention of an organization's data. Classification protects data based on the need for secrecy, sensitivity, or confidentiality during storing, processing, or in transit. Data governance is a collection of best practices to support the security efforts of an organization's data. Data retention defines a specific time frame to store, delete, destroy, and slash or sanitize data. Credential Policies. Credential policies define the requirements for subjects to receive authentication, authorization, and accounting in order to be fully operational in an organization. Various subjects and requirements could be personnel using multi-factor authentication, service accounts credentials with a set expiration date, devices with unique service accounts. Organizational policies. Organizational policies dictate security methods and requirements for the organization. These could include the following: change management, change control process, asset inventory management, security frameworks. Security frameworks provide organizations with a structure to implement their security program to keep the organizational assets safe. They are usually not required, but can be a helpful baseline. Some important security frameworks are Center for Internet Security, CIS, National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, Risk Management Framework, RMF, International Organization for Standardization, ISO 27001/27002/27701/31000. Cloud Security Alliance. We don't have to create our own policies and procedures on our own. It's common, and sometimes required, to follow existing frameworks. Conclusion. In conclusion, we have discussed different types of security policies and procedures and their importance in achieving cyber resilience. We briefly discussed personnel policies, incident response policy, third-party risk management for business partners, service level agreement, SLA, Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, Business Partnership Agreement, BPA, data policies, credential policies, organizational policies, and frameworks that guide us in implementing a cybersecurity program, thus enabling us to achieve cybersecurity resilience.